Sometimes there's an event or a life that has an outsized influence on our community. I'm Soledad O'Brien in conversation with Brittany Packnett Cunningham, and we're going to do a deeper dive into what's happening today in America. It is so nice to sit next to you, a person. I know.
But I'm glad we made it through, right? That we are here to be able to have these important conversations. Lots of people cannot be sitting somewhere having the conversations they want to have right now.
True. So how's the last year been for you?
You know, the last 7 years really, since the Ferguson uprising, have been instructive and I think been pushing America to be ready for this moment. What is telling though, is that the community in Black folks that was being most attacked by the pandemic, deciding to come out in the streets anyway and risk it because we are that sick and tired of it, that put a fine point on a message that we've been making for generations, but that stuck with people differently. Because I said, wow, if you are willing to come out and do this, despite all it may cost you personally, the police repression and violence, as well as exposure to a pandemic that we know is disproportionately taking out Black folks, then it must really mean that freedom has to be on the horizon, right? That there can't be any other choice but the way forward.
A lot has changed in the last year. I had a couple of guys, white, middle-aged guys, reach out to me right after the killing of George Floyd. And they were like, I'm just stuck. Like all these things I thought I believed, I just don't.
Turns out they weren't true.
Right, and it was very interesting to see their transition, right? For something that I think people who are Black and in the Black community have known for a very long time, that these guys who are like super nice middle-aged white dudes were kind of like, oh my God, I am discovering this thing for the first time.
And the question at this moment, right, is what do you do with the shock? You have the knowledge, you no longer lack the awareness, you're no longer ignorant. There has to come with it a set of actions to follow if this time is going to be dramatically different from the last, right? So we're seeing more of those conversations become ubiquitous. I mean, I will never not think about what these conversations have cost us. Oof. Because the Floyd family has paid too much. I can't not think about that terrible dichotomy. How good it feels for us to finally be having the conversation and how awful it feels for us to be thinking about what it took for us to get here.
And also how exhausting it is, right? Like I have so many friends who are exhausted and like traumatized. Yeah. And that's just wrong.
Making sure that people can make a livable wage, drink clean water, send their children to good schools. Those are the kinds of things that create healthy neighborhoods, and healthy neighborhoods are safe neighborhoods.
We spoke today about the past, but of course with an eye toward the future. So make sure you use all the resources at hand to help our communities heal and thrive. Thank you for watching.
P&G is stepping up to help foster stronger communities. Learn more at pg.com/takeonrace.